Hey guys, it's Alert here, back in with another review, and today we're having a look at the Motu Classics Buzzsaw Hordak. I would prefer the original, but this was a cheaper option. Although I kind of kicked myself because the other one popped up for $5 more. Damn it. Either way, I want to thank that Trapjaw guy on Instagram for a good deal on this too. 25 ship. It was loose but complete. No dings, no scratches, no nothing. Fantastic. He comes with this crossbow here. The same one that came with the original. Not the vintage, but the first release. In white, so you have that. I wish he came with the staff, man. I really was looking forward to posing him with that staff, because it's pure 200X Hordak, and, well, that's the He-Man I watched, so. I think that first one really was more of a 200X one anyway. This is a more classic look due to the black trim and such. Because the old one does not have silver trim on it. I'm looking at him right now. But yeah, he's a cool figure. I like Hordak second to Skeletor in terms of the big baddies. My all-time favorite, obviously, Skeletor, and then Motu figures in general, Scareglow, you know, it's a really cool character. But this dude's probably in my top 5 because I like his head sculpt. It's really cool. It's kind of like a psychotic demon vampire, if you know what I mean. Now you can probably pop his head off, but it's a bit of a chore. In fact, popping most of the heads off these figures is a chore, I've noticed. Even on Faker. I call him Faker all the time. It's just what I do, people. And, yeah, so we're not going to be able to see him without his cowl, but you watch Pixel Dan, he reviewed this like 2 years ago. He does have his Horde armband. It is glued in place, unlike the first release, so that's kind of neat. And let's just go over his articulation before we go over that special gimmick he has. Due to the cowl, his head is pretty limited. So you do gotta grab onto it. It does look up and down a little bit, but not a lot. The cape has a decent sculpt on it. I do like it. So does the cowl. The shoulders move out as usual. That's about as far as it goes. Probably due to this trim here, but no biggie. It moves forward and back. It's got a bicep swivel, single hinge at the elbow, swivel at the wrist. Moves back in. It's got a waist rotation. No ab crunch because, well, we're going to get into that. He could do the splitsies, even with his fur loincloth there. His hips move about as far forward as King Hiss's, which is funny, because he's got a loincloth and King Hiss doesn't. He's got a thigh swivel, and is it just me, or is this softer than Faker's loincloth? I think it is. He's got a single hinge in the knee, he's got a swivel at the boot, and then he's got ankle articulation with the rocker joint. Very limited on this guy due to how bulky his boots are. He's also got that over here, but this ankle is really stiff on mine. Don't want to move it too much. Well, for a couple picks later, maybe, but that's about it. So, Hordak's special gimmick. Now, his Hordak bat here on his chest It's like a handle. You can pop it down. And in it is the buzzsaw, which is actually a weapon you can hold. Now, do the blades move? Yes. Do you want to move them? Not really. I think it would have been better if they were attached to the bar they are on a little bit looser. That way you could spin it in his hand, but I would imagine it would be a nightmare to get in his hand. So let's try and get it into his hand. There. You can use it as kind of a glaive, I suppose. It doesn't sit in there perfect because of his thumb. Excuse me. But it does sit in there, which is pretty nifty. So I gotta commend Mattel for that. I think I would have preferred if it shot out, because then I would lose it, and then I wouldn't be able to do this review. But otherwise, it's a pretty nifty figure. I do like him. So, giving him his crossbow back. Here he is, next to King Hiss, which we had a look at on Tuesday. I would compare him to Faker, but Faker's elsewhere. He's perusing. So they're about the same size. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thanks again to that Trap Jaw guy for the hookup on this dude on Instagram. You can check him out. He's a cool dude. And yeah, so that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, if you noticed, I did not do Imagine X Mondays this week. Taking a little break from that. I didn't do them last week either, but that was for a different reason. They'll come back late this month or October. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.